everyone. My name is Ankita and I will take the next further to Mumukshutvam. So we chant it once. Mumukshutvam kim
Mumukshutvam kim
moksho me bhuyat iti ichha.
Moksho me bhuyat iti ichha.
So now the first thing that comes to my mind is when I read this text is what is Mumukshutvam and what is the need, like why do we need Mumukshutvam? So according to the text, the literal meaning of the word Mumukshutvam is the burning desire to attain moksha. And why do we all need Mumukshutvam? Like from where do the needs start? What is the urge of getting moksha right now here? So all of us here agree to the fact that all our actions are prompted by desires of our past karma. Like whatever we must have done in our past, all that desire leads to whatever action we are doing right now. Similarly, these actions, whatever we are doing, is only because we expect happiness either in small amount or a large amount. But the only thing is, why we are doing it is happiness. See, for example, there's a person who has initially thought it's very difficult for me to go walking everywhere. I get very tired. I'll buy a cycle. Just to start with. He gets a cycle. Okay, fine. Then his salary is a bit better. Then he's like, I'll buy a scooter now. So it started from cycle and it ends on a car, but still that person is not happy. So each and every time, why is it that there is that sense of incompleteness? Like how Shreya said that Jim Carrey, he said he has everything, but yet that is not the thing. Like you have all the success in the world, he may be the richest person in the world, but still he have that sense of insecurity wherein kuch to kami hai. I have everything, but there is something that I don't have. So at that point of time, it's very important for all of us to know that what is that incompleteness that we are looking out for. But everyone here present, we all feel whatever we can see superficially, like for example in our house, we have a house, hall, like very good furniture, sofa, everything. But that one corner is empty. And we're like, वो जगह अभी भी खाली है, लाके भर दो, we keep a teapot in the kitchen. It usually happens. इधर एक जगह खाली है, let's get an oven. Even though it is not required, but भरना है जगह क्योंकि खाली है. Similarly, whatever we see superficially is incomplete, that is what we relate to is incomplete. Full stop. End of discussion there. Similarly, we are not aware of there is that internal void in us. There's that internal place in us which is incomplete. That is to be filled, which we are not doing so. But we do it indirectly. How? You sit ideally at times at work. I'm very tired. I'll just relax. It's good, relax. That means just keep this shut and relax. No. I'm not getting any thoughts. Is there something wrong with me? So you start thinking. So that's again you start wasteful thinking. So that again leads to filling that incompleteness with something complete which you think is what will fill that incompleteness, but which is not. Similarly, all of us here, we revolt when our freedom is being questioned. Say, for example, if we talk about through physical point of view, there's a handicapped person, so he revolts against his freedom is because he cannot use his limbs or cannot walk, use his hands. So he starts revolting because his freedom is being questioned there. Or even it be in an economical situation or an office or business. Many a times there have been situations where women think that why is it that only men are given certain priorities in the office, why not we? Again, there's a question of their freedom being questioned, so they revolt against it. And a very simple example is all of us, if at all we come home late night, our parents would be like, कहाँ गई थी? What were you doing? It's 12 o'clock. Is this the time to come back home? Etc. etc. So the moment our freedom is questioned, we all want to be free all the time. We don't want anyone to point out at us and why are you doing this? You're not supposed to do this. We don't like it. The very simple example that comes to my mind is our very own railway stations. Wherever it's written, do not spit, people will spit there. It's because why? Freedom है, कहीं पे भी थूकेंगे, but why? If there are some norms to be followed, why can't we follow it? So similarly, Mumukshutvam here is that desire to be free from bondage, free from suffering, anything, but not by replacing something which is impermanent. Something which is permanent, that is what we want. So वो permanent हमें मिल गया, then we'll be happy. But we all are yet not aware because we are relating to the incomplete, which we can see superficially outside, and relate that to the body, which is again changing. So until and unless we stop thinking that this incompleteness I'm going to get through the world outside is why? Because we are relating the same to us, to this physical entity that we are. The moment we stop that and think, no, there is something beyond this body that I am in. The very fact that when we talk about death, people immediately say that please don't start that topic. Why? Because the question again here is the freedom of the body to be in that death is questioned, and once the body drops, there's no existence that which people think. So they are like, no, please, let's not talk about that. But that's a fact. So until and unless we are not aware of what is that freedom that we are looking out for and what is it that is binding us, is difficult. So it is good to have the burning desire to attain moksha. We usually say why we should stop having desires, everything, but no. The desire here that we are talking about is an auspicious desire, which is a good desire. You should have the desire to exit this world as fast as possible. So the very simple thing is the real bondage is our slavery to our mind and our senses. And a very small joke comes to my mind that I had heard from Guruji once was when he was talking. We just went and sat with him in his kutia and someone asked him what to do about the senses. So he just smiled away and he said that you don't know what happens when you go after your senses. And then people started giving like really high intellectual answers to that, and he's like, no, you become nonsense. That is all. So the only thing is we should stop running behind our senses because they all take us for a ride, and that we should each and every time remind ourselves of that burning desire to fill that incompleteness with something which is permanent, which is our true nature, that is happiness, which was very nicely and clearly explained in the introduction of the text. Something which is permanent, that gives happiness to everyone, should give happiness even to me. Which, it's like you cannot just be running outside in the world. That's what, after one point of time, a person will get tired and frustrated कि ये बाहर की दुनिया में कुछ नहीं है तो है क्या? Why am I still not satisfied with what I have? So this burning urge of getting liberated as soon as possible is called Mumukshutvam. Even in this, there are 4 categories. Just imagine, it is an auspicious desire which still has 4 categories, and it's hilarious. So the first of all is, it's called as Ati Manda, which means कि हाँ liberation मिला तो मिला, नहीं तो जब मिलेगा तो देखा जाएगा. Because everyone knows it is for sure you are going to get moksha. That is for sure. In this birth, next birth, 7th birth, but you will get moksha. So that category is Ati Manda, like मिलना तो है, आज नहीं तो कल, till then I'll enjoy. So that's Ati Manda. Then comes Manda or dull, which says till the time my limbs and everything is working, I'll get off with the work and everything. After retirement, I'll plan for moksha. So that's Manda. Then comes a little on the better side. That's Madhyam. which is I must get liberation as soon as possible, sooner the better. At least he's somewhere there. And the best of all is Tibra, which is you fight for that freedom then and there. Like you want freedom right now. Come what may, you will fight for it. You will fight for your freedom, not freedom from the external world, but your freedom from your own mind. That is the freedom that we all are fighting from. So, just to summarize and end, because it's a very small topic and it's huge but cannot be covered in small time. So, while Swamiji was teaching us, he gave a very nice line which still remember, saying that a happy slave is the greatest slave of freedom. That a greatest slave, a happy slave is the greatest slave of
Enemy of freedom.
A happy slave is the greatest enemy of
freedom. Sorry, my bad. So, just to summarize, and Mumukshu doesn't mean freedom from action, but it means freedom in action. Like you're still doing the action, but you're not completely into the action. You're aware that, okay, you're doing it, but it's not you who is doing it. So, I would